Alright, just wanted you guys to get a decent look at these guys together in their alt modes before putting them into their combined mode, their Gestalt mode. Alright, we're going to zoom out. Alright, so I'm just going to pick this apart. This I'll actually put over there. Take these guns off. These are the 2 feet. And move these guys to the back. Make sure you guys can see. In each foot is going to be the corresponding hand. So just take those out. And of course, I actually have the hands mixed up. It happens. But they're universal, so in terms of going in each one. They both have specific connectors to connect to each arm. But since we've got the hands out, we might as well go ahead and make the arms. So this arm. That piece just goes right back on. Okay. So, you guys remember, we just kind of reverse the transformation, like some of the last steps. Alright? So we're going to open this up. This actually turns. Okay? So you can see the hand already starting to form. Before we do any moving around or anything like that, we're going to get the feet into the proper position. So we're going to rotate them from here to here with the feet on bottom. So, alright. You just raise it. We just keep rotating it until we get it to the right spot. Okay, so that's one. Rotate that around. Raise it. For those of you with long fingernails, this will be a cinch. Guys like me, it's kind of a pain. Make sure you guys can actually see. Alright. What's going on here? Okay. So you got both feet at the bottom now. Alright. There are little notches on the inside of the knees. That's where you want the piston at. So it just pegs in. The hand for this side tabs into each side here. Alright, so that's one half. Just make sure that that's tabbed in. That's the part that's kind of tricky. Alright, so there we go. And we just make sure that this part is forward, covering up the forearms, but there we go. There's an arm. You can keep it like that. Give it more of a G1 look though. Alright, there we go. So that's one arm. Put that in the back. The other arm, a bit more disassembly needed. It's easiest for me to push these by pushing on that thruster there to get them separated. Alright, so you want to extend the legs all the way back out. Alright, so there's that. That's literally half of it right there. These arms, you're just going to put them in position like that. Turn these appropriately. Now these guys, the blades on the top, like I said, they are tight, so just make sure to pull them straight. That's why I actually just took the guns out there. Now, okay. So on these, there are those slits right there. Those actually go on the tips of the cockpit. So I just do that part first. There you go. So now, when it comes to the holding part, all you have to do is bring the arms up. They're already locked into place. Okay? So there's that. Take the guns. Reattach them. Reattach them. Pegs out. It's easier. Okay, so there's that. Now for this one, clips in a lot easier. This just literally goes in, clips in. Okay. So, and I forgot about the peg. Or the piston, not the peg. But make sure that's in too. And there we go. That arm is a lot easier to configure in my opinion. While I pop hands off the ball joint or fingers. And it does happen. Just like even with the Fans Project Bruticus hands, things like that. But pop right back in. Finger joints are really tight, but there we go. Storm number 2. Okay. Alright, so with this, take out these 2 pieces on the back. Okay. This piece just rotates up. Now, this part pegs into these 2, so just gotta make sure to adjust it right, peg it in, boom. Okay. Most of the way there. Now, on the insides here, you're going to see those L shapes. Alright, remember that. Because when it comes to these 2 pieces, they peg into each on the side. But you want those L shapes to match those. So the L's are actually going backwards. So you know this one's on the right side. So that just clips in. Other side. That just clips in. Alright. There's a little notch right there to match that right there. Get it in, peg it in, and make sure that those L's are pressed in too. Okay. That's his left leg. Keep that with his left arm. Put that in. Now Celeritas, not necessarily a pain, but just a little bit more, I don't want to say tricky, but yeah, it's tricky. So, got some definite funny stuff going on. Actually, I'm going to take a quick look. This guy, make sure that I'm doing it right. Okay. So with these feet, okay, that same pivot, make sure the feet are inwards, rotate it up, take this foot, rotate it inwards. Okay. Now, with those 2 wheel halves, or pieces, you take those off again, because those are actually going to lock. What I do, these lock right here, these 2 feet, as well as the 2 wheels, and you've already got half of it. You got half of it going. Those peg in as well. So, okay. Now with this, unpeg on the top. This rotates. All this rotates down and forward. And these feet, they stick up a little bit. There are 2 notches that you want to aim for with those. And I have not mastered doing it crazy smooth, but I'm getting there. Okay. There's that. Rotate those down. Now, open that back up. And there are pieces on the inside that just clip in here. And it's kind of hard to see in the dark, but we'll get there. I've messed with it enough to know approximately where it's at, but each side snaps in. I don't know if you heard that snap, but it's a pretty good one. All right, there's that leg. Make sure that's clipped into place. All right. All right. So left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm. Oh, I almost forgot. You want to put the guns back together. And peg them into the sides, so. Okay. Alright, so there's that. And on this, these two hammer pieces, you slide in one side. If I can do it right. There we go. Connect that. Okay, so you got that. Then just slide in the other side over the other foot. Peg it in, bring that down. Okay? Alright. Now, separate the bow and arrow. Got that there. Unpeg, unpeg. And you can see we're a good amount of the way there. Bring that backpack back up, snap that in. Okay. Alright, so we got this. Bring those up. Okay. Now, these pieces in the back, we make sure they're slid up. Ways. Okay, so make sure they're slid all the way up. Bring those out. And we'll rotate them down. Okay, now with these, we turn them around. Okay. Boom. Jeebs. These pieces just rotate up. And like I said, remember this, because looking at pictures of Guardia, it looks like he does the exact same thing. Alright. So we've got something that looks like that. Now, these parts, see those squares? They slide in here. So on each leg, I'm just taking it and find that joint. I'm sliding it in. Okay. That back. Alright, split the leg. This. Unpack that, make it easier for myself. Peg that back in. that back on. Oops. Alright. Just re-securing that leg. Jeebs. It's really important to get those, make sure those L's are secure. So, okay. There's that. I'm going to put the arrow on his back now since I can. Bring those shoulder connectors down. Arrow slides back. Okay. And each arm this pops on. And they lock in. There are 2 tabs on each side of the shoulder connector. So what I'm doing, I'm just pressing in the shoulder connector. Back the camera up some. Okay. There is Quantron. A better pose. Okay. So to make this rifle, all you do, this piece here, once I can figure it out, right there, this piece here goes down here, and then the other gun just slides right over it. There's the handle. Okay?
Alright, there we go. Alright, just to knock it out, I want you guys to see how he looks amongst other Gestalts, some other robots in general. His height, head to toe, is just under 11 inches. So, to date, he is the tallest, looks like right next to Intimidator, the tallest Gestalt from the Fans Project or MakeToys scale to date. So, move some stuff out of the way so that you guys can see how he looks next to just playing other combiners. There you go. Alright, now it's Quantron's time to shine. Before we get into his posability and stuff like that, I just want to give you guys a good look at his detail and whatnot. As you can see, he has the visor, but he also has the eyes molded underneath, so really fine attention paid there. I love that they were able to do the homage to the chest plate that came with the original G1 toy without having to have an additional piece. So none of that buy the 6 member for the chest piece or anything like that we've seen from some other companies. Alright. And just going ahead and rotating this guy. Okay. And you can see the arrow, just like on Metal Storm, stores on the back. Storms on the back. Slide that off. I remember there was a request, I believe it was Eddie, who wanted to see what it looks like without the arrow. Alright, so not bad. The only real kibble that you can see is the head underneath there, but still pretty good. Side shot. Okay. There's that. Now we looked at the 2 weapons. The rifle. Big rifle slash. Well, it's more like a hand blaster slash arrow. But looking at his posability here, Head's definitely on the ball joint. One of the coolest things about this is the double hinge shoulders. So it has the normal shoulder connectors that rotate up and down, but underneath each arm, there's an extra hinge piece there. So, as you rotate him out, and watch it not do it. Oh, there we go. You can actually bring his arms all the way up. We'll zoom in there actually, so you guys can see a bit better. Do it on the other side here too. And it's nice, especially with the arrow and expanding the arms and things like that. It's a cool little feature that I hope that they continue on the rest of their bots. I don't see why they wouldn't, but you never know. Okay, he does have full waist swivel. You gotta watch it when it comes to the, oops, I didn't have that piece clipped in. There we go. When he has the backpack on, of course he doesn't have his full poseability in the waist there. Get that clip back. Alright. So, swivel hips. And these are really strong ratchets. Okay. Bend at the knees. Mine are really tight. So, you can see there. It's definitely a natural bend. And of course, we got that piece. So I'm just going to tap that back in. There we go. Alright. Now, with the two weapons, has his normal blaster here. If you want, it's long enough to where I normally have them. Hold it like so with both hands. And the fingers do have articulation per finger, everything like that. Alright, so there's that. Now, with the blaster, I don't have instructions, so I had to figure this all out on my own. There's a way, pictured on the box, to where he can hold it like this, but I have no idea where to clip. I've asked, and I haven't been able to get an answer, but I'm sure in the instructions, of course, it'll be included. The two that I have been able to figure out, the arrow, just separate it. It slides out, and put his hand into a fist. So initially, it just tabs in up top, and there's that. If you slide out, if you just want to do a hand blaster, you do the same. Or, I like how his hand comes off there. The full arrow mode. So, this whole thing expands. Like so. Put these out. I kind of want to get this hand ready. Been a little while since I've done it. So I'm just kind of going by my imagination. Make sure it's stable. We'll actually get that hand first. It just pegs in. Okay. Make sure I'm doing everything right. Then on this side, tabs in. Alright, and there we go. We got it all adjusted up and everything like that. Gotta give credit to the designer of this guy. You know, of course G1 Quantron didn't have an arrow or anything like that, but it's a really creative use of that big backpack that Scattershot or Metal Storm has, you know? and things like the actual metal rods that expand and stuff. It's just really creative. So overall, MakeToys Quantron, a great looking bot, scales well to the rest of your MakeToys and Fans Project combiners. Really well made, really durable. Not too much bad I can say about it, you know. Everybody's gonna have their preferences in terms of look and style and things like that, but kind of biased because I am a big fanboy of MakeToys, so I love it. Anyways, if you like what you saw, like I said, go ahead and click the link below. Pre-order yours at tfsource.com. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next review.